Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Tigers Talk Rugby. Before we get started, for those listening on Facebook or YouTube, we are on podcasting platforms, which include Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So, on that note, I'm Ethan Richards.
I'm Beckett Rice.
And I am a genius because I picked Scotland over England this week.
CJ, I'm feeling bullied. CJ, I'm feeling bullied.
Oh, boy. And today we have a special guest, Grayson Mann from Man with a Plan podcast. Grayson, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you all for having me today.
Yeah, would you like to give a couple words on what your podcast is about and what you do?
So, like y'all, I have the whole Anchor thing set up. I got multiple platforms out. So my podcast covers mainly college football and pro sports. We do the main events that's going on, and we have a special segment that we started called the Gene Avery Superfan of the Week that honors the biggest fans of the game each week. I'm trying to get Zoom interviews going. So if anybody has a story they want to DM me on my Instagram or my email, we're doing it every week. We're honoring the fans of the game that make this happen.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll make sure to put your podcast and link and your email and stuff and Instagram and whatnot in description. So cool. Well, we are here to test Grayson on his rugby knowledge. Let's see how much he can get out of his knowledge of football, see if any of it correlates or relates at all.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so once again, Beckett made a handful of these questions, and for those who've heard any of our previous quiz-based episodes, Beckett can be kind of cruel on some of these
Beckett's
questions.
got some controversial questions in here, too.
Yeah.
You got me worried, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna start off with getting some team names down. We've got a couple of the biggest ones in the world, so hopefully that'll help you out a little bit. What is the name of the New Zealand national team? We have A, the Kiwis, B, the Maori, C, the All Blacks, D, the Jackrabbits, and E, the Islanders.
Ooh. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be. Could you read the B and C again?
Yes, B was the Maori, and C was the All Blacks.
All Black sounds very familiar to me, and I'm trying to catch some facial cues from somebody. I'm gonna go with the Jackrabbits. That's my final answer. Ooh, that's not a good start.
No, the All Blacks was correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
You had it.
It was right there.
Yeah, the All Blacks are like the most winningest sports team in all of sports of the world. They have
There
like
you
a
go.
5% win percentage.
I think it's higher than that now.
Yeah, now it might be higher, but
Yeah.
Yeah, and
All right.
that's where you might have heard them from.
I was like, wait, I feel like I've heard this before, but I didn't want to trust myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely All Blacks would have been the way to go. Also, there's a book called Legacy, in which you might find this an interesting football fact. The athletic department at Clemson picked it up, and Dabo Sweeney loves the book and enjoyed the book. And CJ, I saw you wanted to step in.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say two things is that the former head coach of the All Blacks actually came and visited and talked with Dabo before. And you always see a lot of times on Dabo saying, oh, yeah, better people make better Tigers. That originally comes from the All Blacks, and that's better people that make better All Blacks.
Oh, wow. All right.
So yeah, he has a lot of buzzwords and stuff like that. He's taken straight from the book and straight from them, too.
Real big into the book.
Yeah. So next, we're going to ask you, what is the name of the U.S. national team? So
This
the
one should
US
be
of A.
easier.
So there's the Hawks, the Eagles, the Patriots, the Liberty, and the Cowboys.
Ooh. Well, we got the Patriots and the Cowboys seem like they've been taken already. So, Bulls, Liberty.
Technically, all these are professional American sports teams because Liberty is in the WNBA.
Yeah. And Liberty's the school, too. They got the Eagles for...
There is the school,
True.
too, yes.
Okay. It was the Hawks, the Liberty, and the what? The Patriots, Cowboys, and what else?
Eagles.
The Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles. Ooh. Let's go with the Liberty.
Oh,
No.
I think Beckett baited you a little bit by
Yeah.
bringing up Liberty. It was the Eagles.
I did.
Gonna change this podcast title to "Football Idiot Tries Rugby."
I think when we had Nick on, he went with the Liberty as well.
Yeah, it seems quite popular of an option to be
Yes.
honest. Like,
Maybe the national team should change the name to the Liberty.
yeah, you know, Bell on their jersey. It'd be
Oh,
an
boy.
interesting.
That would look nice.
Yeah, of course. So last team name question we got for you
All right.
is, what country is known as the Wallabies?
Wallabies.
There's England, Argentina, Australia, Italy, and Georgia.
I'm going with Australia. That just sounds.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
It was
One.
easy.
That's one. That's all I needed.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now we're moving on to the World Cup questions. These are my
Yes.
favorite.
Becky, you want to take them then? You
I
wanna-
will. Yeah, I'll take him through the World Cup history. So now, with the Rugby World Cup, how often is the World Cup played? Is it played every year, every 2 years, every 4 years, or every 6 years?
Soccer's 4 with the World Cup, and then 2
Yeah,
is.
that's true.
All right, let's think here. Come on, something hit me with some knowledge. All right, I'm gonna go with 2 because I feel like 6 is a little too spread out. For
That
It
would be a
is-
little bit too spread out, but 2 is a little bit too often. It's
Ah.
4 years,
Yeah.
like the Soccer World Cup.
So the Rugby World Cup appears the year after the Olympics every time. So it's a
Or I
little
think it's
fun.
the year before.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, year
19.
before.
your year before. Sorry, yes, year before. And for several of them, there's going to be some lineup because Japan held the Rugby World Cup right before Japan was supposed to hold the Olympics.
Now coming
which
this year.
is now going to be this year. And then in 2023, I believe it's supposed to be France
Mhm.
hosting the World Cup and with the Olympics following in 2024. So that's a little funny thing for you. And I wonder if that trend's going to stick around or pop up a little bit more, because I think that's kind of cool.
We'll see when America bids for the 2031 Rugby World Cup if we get the Olympics in 32. So
That would be awesome, if we could get those back to back.
So moving on from that, we have another World Cup question. So the last World Cup was in 2019, as Ethan said, in Japan. Who won the 2019 World Cup? Was it A, South Africa, B, the United States, C, England, or D, New Zealand?
Let's think here.
Okay, this one's gonna be tricky for you.
Yep. Curveball right here.
Ooh, okay. I feel like the curveball is supposed to throw me off with the bigger names like United States, and so I'm thinking here. I'm gonna roll with South Africa because I feel like that's supposed to be.
That's
Oh.
right.
That's
Let's
correct.
go, yeah,
Yes.
that's
correct.
Great
That's
guess
2.
right there.
That's 2.
South Africa has won 2 World Cups, and it's now almost been
3.
it's
They've won 3 now.
You're right, 3 World Cups after 2019.
Hey,
Sorry,
Ethan, could you tell me
No.
who did South Africa beat in the World Cup this last year and what the final score was?
they beat England.
What was the final score?
I don't care.
I believe it was a 32-12.
Pain.
32.
That's what
That's
the
tough.
that's what the final score is.
That's
just
tough.
pain.
Yeah.
It's pain.
England fans stay sad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ethan, you're just gonna continue getting abused as an England fan now.
Right. I just can't win one.
You cannot.
Been-
Neither can England, apparently.
It's almost been 20 years.
Almost,
hurts.
yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's rough. I wish the U.S. had at least won one, but at least England's got that going for them. They got the one.
Hey, you know what? U.S. makes it. It makes the cup every week.
We-
At
we
least
get
they make
there.
the World Cup every year.
Yes,
That's
we
it.
occasionally win a game. That's always nice.
Yeah. The Shockers.
Yes. Last World Cup question here. So, who has won back-to-back World Cups? So 2 in a row. Is it A, England, B, Australia, C, New Zealand, or D, no one? No one's ever won back-to-back World Cups. What's the answer?
Oh, that no one's a new one. All right. Let's see if we can get a streak going. Let's think. I'm trying to think about what was the you were talking about the All Blacks. Which country is that hauling from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. I'm gonna roll with the New Zealand because winningest usually goes hand in
Yeah.
hand with winning back-to-back World
Yeah.
Cups.
You'd be
Well,
right.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah.
They won the 2011, 2015 World Cups back to back.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's really recent when considering.
Yes. It was coming off of their what was it, their worst performance at the 2007 World Cup where they
Yeah.
got knocked out by France, I believe, in the quarters.
Yeah, so they came and just I think that both of those World Cups look pretty dominant by them too. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
Aren't they
Arguably,
usually?
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
arguably probably the best teams of all time there.
Yeah.
One of those two.
So after these World Cup questions, we're moving into basic rules of the game of rugby. So this is what you're prepping for.
This
This
is
is
my
what you're ready
prepping.
for. Basic rules. It's so funny because for anyone listening internationally, the United States rugby a lot of times is never introduced in any sort of public facet until you hit to like late high school or college.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know much about the sport itself until they literally learn about it at this point, which is
Until
funny
we
'cause-
force them to take a quiz.
yeah, until we force them to take a quiz.
Exactly.
CJ, would you like to take the first one?
So, basic rules of rugby. First question. Of a 23-man roster, how many starters are there for each team? Are there 11, 13, 15, all 23, or just yes?
Just yes. Oh my goodness. So you're asking how many on the field, or is it just how many?
Yeah, just how many on the field. So, with like football, you get 11
Yeah.
per team. Yeah, I have a total 23-man roster,
I'm roll 15.
and you would be
You'd be
correct.
rolling right. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there are 15 players on the field. There are
For reference, we're talking specifically rugby union.
yeah, specifically rugby
union.
union. Yeah, there are two types of rugby, and that's just
Yeah, but
There's
we won't get into that detail yet.
We're not big league fans around here.
yeah. But there's 8 forwards and then 7 backs, and then usually you run with a 8-man bench.
Yes.
All right. So next question: how many points is a conversion worth? It's 1, 2, 3, or 100. And if you need any context, the conversion is it's a
Point after touchdown.
attempt.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same thing.
That's the most comparable thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
most
go with-
comparable.
2 points.
Yes.
You
Yes,
are
2
correct
points.
as well.
All right.
Yeah, because a try is worth 5 points, and then the point after the conversion is worth 2 points.
That's where you get your 7.
Yeah.
Football guys out
Exactly.
there.
Yeah,
You're doing
exactly.
pretty well
Yeah.
so far. You're doing pretty well so far. You got
Or-
5 correct. I
Actually,
believe.
historically, so rugby originally was named rugby football.
Yes.
So historically, that's probably where the 7 points for football came from.
Actually,
True.
fun fact is a try. Okay, this is going to be a question. I'm not going to say it because it's
Yeah.
coming up
All right.
later.
All right.
But all right, I'll explain it later. So, who is normally the tallest player on a team? And this is for positions. It's either the locks, the props, the fullback, or the guy named John.
These are funny answers at the end. All right.
Always
I'm gonna
John.
go with the fullback. I feel like he's got to be the
You would be incorrect.
Stu Soder.
So usually it's the locks, and these guys are, I would say, about 6'5" up to like 6'8" in height. They're usually
Unless you
like-
take Devin Toner, who's like 6'11".
yeah. There's some guys who
Yeah.
are just ridiculous, but it's not.
Lanky boy.
All right.
And there is reason behind that. Like there's certain jobs on the field that they do that having them be taller is important for.
Yes.
So
But you didn't notice there's dunking in rugby, so they would need tall people to do it. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, you just dunk over the post.
Yeah, that's worth 36 points. So
yeah, of
it's
course.
important.
God, That would be insane if that was real.
Yeah, we'd only have tall players.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like the thing about rugby that I like the most is that it doesn't matter what body type you are. You can be tall, short, skinny, fat. What doesn't matter?
There's a position.
There's a
for you.
position for you.
Yeah, you could be a Harry who's like 6'4", 240, or you could be Brian who's like 5'9", 125 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So regardless of where you're playing, there's always a spot for you.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is, what is the rugby equivalent of a touchdown? Is it a grounder, a goal, a try, a home run, or there's no such thing as scoring? It's just 30 guys beating the crap out of each other for 80 minutes.
I did when I was doing some prep for this, it was like 2 40-minute halves, and like based on what I've seen, I just thought that's pretty impressive. I don't know how they can just that
Yeah, it's a lot.
is very
A lot of
impressive.
running.
Very impressive. But for your answer, I'm gonna go with the try.
Yes, sir. You'd be correct.
Yep.
Fun
Yeah.
fact is that a touchdown comes from the try, because whenever you're scoring a try in rugby, you actually have to physically grab the ball and put it down in the end zone.
Yeah, you have to touch it down.
Yes, you
So
have
they
to
do
touch it down.
sometimes say touchdown a little.
Yeah.
They sometimes say touchdown in rugby. You'll hear it.
I got you.
It's
Mhm.
kind of it's kind of like one of those carryover things.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So
Last one for the basic rules is, what happens if you get a yellow card? I've gotten several of these. I will say that.
I remember.
So it's either A, you're kicked out of the game, B, you sit out for 10 minutes, C, you get a stern talking to, or D, the ref calls your mom.
Not mom. Anybody but my mom.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's a yellow card, there's going to be a red card. So it can't be a total elimination or getting kicked out of the game. So I feel like you just have to sit for 10 minutes. That's going to be my answer.
That
And
is
you'd
correct.
be correct as well.
That was a great analysis.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, there is a red card, which is an ejection from the game.
Yes.
Hmm.
Very good deduction right there.
Yeah, and that happens once in a blue moon, but when it does, it's
What do you
pretty
mean, a red
detrimental.
card? Or you mean
Yeah.
earlier today there was a red card?
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
a red
Peter
card earlier
Omani.
today.
Naughty,
Um,
naughty.
Anybody in here got a red card before?
I almost got one once. And then I think that was in high school.
Yeah, you're right. And I think I was the one who saved you.
Yes, you were the
From-
captain. You had to go up and be like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, Beckett, who had been playing at this point for a couple of years,
Yeah.
he just went out and just, I think it was like an absolutely egregious tackle.
Yeah, probably was. I didn't use any arms. I just
Yeah, it was
smacked
like
him.
it would be like the version
gotten
of targeting
close.
in football. Like he just head only, shoulders,
Ooh.
like just straight into this kid's head, and the
I'll
referee.
I
just
don't think I
say-
hit him in the head.
I'll just say that they didn't see who broke the guy's nose.
Like, but after that, the referee came over to me and was like, all right, I need to talk to you and Beckett. And I sat there, and the guy goes, okay, well, I was like, I stopped him right in his tracks, and I was like, oh, no. He's new to this. Like, give him a break. Like, this is like his second week playing. And the referee goes, oh, okay, I understand. I don't remember if he gave you a yellow card or he was just like, all right, don't do it again.
He didn't give me anything.
Oh, that's
'cause I
right. Yeah,
sit
he didn't
out.
do it.
You
He
got
was
the
just like, all
stern
right.
I got lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
got
you're
the
just
stern
like-
talking
yeah.
to.
He's just
Oh.
like, hey, use your arms next time. And I was like, okay.
I've never gotten a card. I've been close a few times, but I've never gotten one.
CJ got a yellow card once, and we both had to sit out for 10 minutes because we needed to bring in another front rower for him.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
The funny thing was, it was on Valentine's Day last year. So my favorite thing
Yeah.
was the only card I got on Valentine's Day was from the referee.
That's pretty funny, yeah.
Oh,
So
so sad.
Cheesy
Re-
question or cheesy joke right
I
there.
remember it was the kid just ran into you, and you just like hit him with the shoulder. It was funny.
yeah. So reeling it back in a little bit, we've got a few more extra questions for you that are not really specific to a category.
Yeah. Let me handle these.
Yeah, okay. Beckett
Alright.
was really excited about these.
The
Yeah,
smile is
so-
very telling.
Yeah. So
It's not to be fair.
So which of these NFL players used to play rugby? And there's two correct answers. So pick two people. So we have Juju Smith-Schuster, Patrick Mahomes, Todd Gurley, Nate Ebner, Khalil Mack, and Trayvon Diggs.
I know one of them's Nate Edmer because he played on the Patriots for our little Super Bowl run right there.
That's one, yeah.
You'd be
It's
right.
definitely not Juju because he would try to do a TikTok dance and it would not end well for him.
I like the analysis.
It's Trayvon Diggs, Khalil Mack. I feel like Khalil Mack's a rugby guy. He's pretty.
You think
I'm
he
gonna
might have
roll-
been like recruited to play at Buffalo,
And then he went to the football team.
I'm gonna go with Khalil Mack.
Okay. Well, you got Nate Ebner right. The other correct one was Juju Smith-Schuster.
No
'Cause
way.
Yeah.
He used to play in high school, and he's actually stated while he's been in the NFL that he actually finds rugby more fun. But when he was in high school, he was getting rugby offers, and then he got the football scholarship offer at USC, so he went with USC to play
Mhm.
football.
Wow, I completely dissed Juju there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
yeah,
Which
big
is
rugby guy he is.
all of our faces when you said it wouldn't be Juju Smith-Schuster. We were all like, "How do we hide this? How do we
Yeah.
prevent him?"
Well, because
from
of the
knowing?
TikTok dance
definitely
thing
not.
too. I was
The
like,
TikTok
oh
is
yeah.
pretty funny.
It just threw me off because like all I've seen from Juju for the last 3 months is like the memes of the whole like
Corvette.
Corvette
Yeah.
thing, and then he actually got it, like him with the goggles in the pool.
Yeah,
Well, see,
Like
see,
this-
I like the Browns, and my girlfriend likes the Steelers, so I have to clown her on that every time.
Well, you could actually find his highlights for rugby, or I think it's only like a minute video of him
Yeah.
have running the ball, and that's it. But you can find his highlights on YouTube.
I gotta
Yeah.
check that out. Wow.
Yeah.
And the
So-
last question.
Yes. Last question. So simple question. Are you hyped for the announcement of a new NCAA football game? Yes or no?
I think that I'm absolutely very hyped. For
Okay,
the
good. That was the only right answer.
That was the right answer.
If they have to put
Although-
it on the new consoles, it's a shut up and take my money thing. Like I will
Yeah.
do whatever it takes to play that game.
I will say I'm a little disappointed that they announced it, and it feels like it's going to be years away from now before we.
Oh
get
yeah.
But
They've-
didn't they
they
say
got our
something about
excitement.
didn't they say something about it potentially later this year?
No,
Did they?
they don't
I
even
thought it
have
was gonna
the
take
Because
full
they've been-
I think it's
development
2.
team.
Well, because
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
they'd been working on this for a while.
But they said they haven't even put together their development team completely yet.
Oh,
So
They
don't
were
even
just
have a
trying to.
full
They were
team.
battling for rights.
man, I got baited on that article.
You did
then.
get
You
baited.
did. You got
Dang.
baited hard.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us.
I got a
You
question
actually-
for you guys though.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Who do y'all got in the Super Bowl tonight?
Ooh.
I got the Chiefs.
I've been really bad at predictions this weekend. It's gone real.
Yeah,
rough
whoever
for
you
me.
pick is gonna lose.
Oh yeah.
Oh, whoever I pick is gonna lose.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
probably.
for
So
whoever.
I'm gonna pick the Buccaneers.
Ah,
Uh,
And
you're gonna make
the-
me lose. You're gonna make me lose a bet here, Bram.
this is the new Drake curse. It's even.
The Ethan curse. Oh,
yeah, and I'm gonna go with Buccaneers because
the Brady jersey.
Mr. Tom Brady is gonna win his 7th.
Close the GOAT discussion. And I hope to see you guys on my podcast next week, but like super early, so we can get I want to talk to you guys about the game, the commercials, everything about it. Like
For
it's
sure.
it's quite it's gonna be quite different this year, especially with everything that's going on.
I'll be
we're
taking
gonna
notes
set up
during the
with
game.
table nachos. Like we're gonna put a table nacho set up in our
Oh.
kitchen, and it's gonna
All
be
right.
great.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
usually we say go watch some rugby. Isn't that right, CJ?
Wait. Let me pull up the schedule. I
You've
have
gotta
it on
pull
my
up the
phone.
schedule. There's a
So-
lot of rugby this weekend.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
there's a lot of Six Nations rugby. We've
Saw it
got
on the Instagram.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
At Tigers
on
Talk Rugby.
Saturday at 9:15 a.m. there's gonna be England, Italy. Do we want to do any predictions now?
I mean England.
Yeah,
Bonus
England
point
all the way.
victory.
What? Italy. Yeah. That'll be the day. Not
Ah,
England.
if-
Yeah, Grayson, who do you think? England or Italy?
I'm gonna make Ethan happy and go with England.
There you
Thanks.
go.
I
That's fair.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
We'll see. Now we're just going to see the continued downward spiral of England. Now they're going
Is
to.
if we lose
Everybody
to
loses,
Italy,
that'll
we're
be
getting the wooden
hilarious.
spoon. Like there's
Yeah.
no doubt. Like if we
If
lose
you,
to Italy, we're
if
getting the
you,
wooden spoon.
you lose to Italy, you might as well just drop out and let Georgia come play next year.
Ugh.
Damn.
It's tough.
All right.
Ugh.
Next game is at 11:45 a.m. on Saturday. It's Scotland and Wales. I got Scotland again.
You know,
I got Scotland too.
to save my own sanity, I need to root for Scotland. So I'm picking Scotland to make myself feel better. Because if they beat Wales and Wales just beat Ireland, I can feel better about it.
You can just say, well, yeah, we lost to Scotland, but apparently they're better than everybody else. Except
Yeah,
for
right?
France.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna pick Scotland.
What about you, Grayson?
I'm gonna be the odd man out here and go with Wales.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Solid choice.
I like it.
Honestly, this is a really good game, so
I could see it going
Yeah,
either
it's
way.
gonna be a great game. It's the two teams that came out of this with like a close nose to the grindstone match win this past weekend.
Yeah.
So
Some nice upsets this weekend.
And then the final one is on Sunday at 10 a.m. It'll be Ireland versus France. I'm going to take Ireland because I do not like France. Beckett's got to be wrong.
It's France. It's France all the way. France going for the Grand Slam.
because I have a jersey on
Wait a
France
minute.
going
Whoa.
all the way
Grand
or
Slam?
taking it. Oh wow! So now you're going with the Grand Slam prediction. You wouldn't
Now,
do that last
after
week,
that,
though.
after that Calcutta
now you're
Cup
gonna get-
game,
you-
it's Grand Slam.
So there's going to be a jersey and what, like a hat on the line or something?
No, I'm not throwing a hat on the line.
Oh, we'll just keep it
but
at the
I am
jersey.
going to pick Ireland because I need hope that France is not going to win it.
You have no hope with this French team.
Grayson?
There's no wrong
You know,
answer here.
Based on my
is.
extreme knowledge of the game of rugby, I'm gonna go with France.
Thank you.
There you
Exactly.
go.
See,
Okay.
someone knows who to pick.
Well,
I'm like the guest
I'm-
picker on game day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm ready to go 1-2 again on my.
We don't have any
predictions.
mascot heads for you, though.
Dear.
Sammy.
Yeah.
all right. So that was the lineup for this weekend. So everybody go watch some rugby, and thank you very much.